Yo, what's going on, y'all? This is Marcus Rosa, aka Mazuma TV, back at y'all with some more boxing talk, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive night. I hope you had a great day overall, man. Back at y'all with some more boxing talk. We got some things that we currently need to discuss that's going on in the boxing world. But before we get into that, y'all could please hit the like button. That'd be very much appreciated. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul finally being official after ducking Lamont Roach. Then we're gonna probably talk about Andre Ward versus Devin Haney possibly collabing in the near future. Then, of course, we're going to get into some open boxing topics. But I ain't going to lie to y'all. I think a majority of this live is going to be based around this whole situation between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. But before I get into these conversations, man, I'm going to make something real clear. I just came across a tweet from Alicia Baumgartner. Just tweeted this about an hour ago. And for those of y'all who follow me on X or on Twitter, man, you know what I mean? Y'all already know how I feel about people who fail performance enhancement drug tests, PED tests and shit like that. And I had pretty much responded to one of her tweets, you know what I mean? Because she out here, Alicia Baumgartner, I ain't got nothing against Alicia Baumgartner. I actually met Alicia back a while back. We got a picture together, all that good stuff. This is before she was world champion, all that good stuff. But I have been critical of her since failing that PED test. You feel what I'm saying? I have been critical since getting that PED test, since she failed that PED test. And I responded to her. I responded to her comments because it seemed like she was jumping out the woodworks to defend Gervonta Davis. So I responded. You know what I mean? And I had people pretty much responding to it. Some girl, I guess that just be on here by the name of like T Stella. So this is what I wrote. This is it right here. Let me actually share it for the people. And Alicia didn't directly respond to me, but we're going to address this before we get into these conversations. So she said, I think what upsets people the most is Tank and Jake do what they want because they can. They don't give a fuck how y'all feel. So I responded and I said, what also upsets people is fighters popping positive and not taking accountability for it. Shut your drug cheating ass up. Keep taking pics in bathing suits and throwing punches. Nobody cares about your opinion. MVP need to cash you out with a man, then send your ass back home walking. That's what I said. Right? So somebody by the name of T Stella, mind you, I don't even know who this girl is, but apparently she be like a part of these boxing conversations on X or whatever the case is, and she gonna go respond to me and say, the way y'all speak to women scares me. Like, here y'all go. Like, y'all want to be talking amongst men, y'all want to be intervening in men conversations. Then when you get responded to by a man in a way that you don't like, you feel threatened. You see what I'm saying? Like, you talking amongst men on social media. First of all, ain't nobody was even talking to you. So you felt the need to speak on some shit that ain't have nothing to do with you. So for real, T Stella, you need to mind your fucking business. Because you ain't no fighter from what I know. And on some real shit, you ain't nobody to be defending her. So what the fuck is we even talking about? So I responded to T Stella. Let me see if I can find that shit. Let me see. And I had somebody by the name of Danny Plus Boxing. He actually clarified and we got cool after the fact. I was shooting at everybody on social media, but he said some of these people have been raised without mom and sisters and it shows. I said, I got a mother, grandmother, and a shit ton of sisters. Shout out to my pop. Shut your whole ass up. Straight like that. So then I'm trying to see exactly what I wrote. Shit, I wrote a whole lot of shit, bro. Hold on, let me pull up to my profile real quick. So, T Stella wrote that bullshit. The way y'all speak to women scares me. I said, does it scare you more than a woman who took PEDs to harm other women? Let me know. No response whatsoever. You know what I mean? And that was pretty much what it was. And I spoke. I said what I had to say, and I pretty much left it at that. So, Alicia Baumgartner, I don't know if she was responding to me. I don't know what the case is. She gonna go say something about, I sue people too, or some shit like that. She just said something about suing somebody. And she said the best thing I invested in was a lawyer or whatever the case is. Listen, you ain't scaring nobody with that shit. Trust me, you not scaring nobody with that shit. And I ain't say nothing that wasn't true. So what the fuck can you really even sue me for? It's not like how these niggas going about, boxing right now where they accusing people of taking PEDs when they've never tested positive. You have tested positive. So as far as I'm concerned, if you're speaking about me, I don't know. I have no idea. But just for the sake of boxing content, ain't nobody scared of that suing shit. Nobody's scared of that whatsoever. I done been to court how many times, babe? That shit don't scare nobody. Trust me, that shit don't scare nobody. And you ain't the only one who got a lawyer if you talking about me. Just saying. So there's that. And you know what I'm saying? If I was, what they call that shit, defaming your character or whatever the case is, it is what it is. Then you would have every right to sue me. But like I said, I didn't say anything that was outside of the facts. The fuck? You take bathing suit pictures on the regular. You be shaking your ass trying to get niggas to forget that you a drug cheat. You are a drug cheat. You right there with Canelo Alvarez. You up there with Billy Joe Saunders, Dillian White, Alexander Povetkin, Oscar Valdez. You Julio Cesar Martinez. You amongst that group of people. You amongst those people. I didn't leak no shit that people didn't know. So I don't know what the fuck that girl talking about. I don't know if it's her time of the month. I don't know what type of time you on. But like I said, that shit ain't working over here, and you ain't scaring not a motherfucking soul. Not a motherfucking soul. I put that shit on my son. The fuck? And I'm easy to find. Easy to find. So do whatever the fuck you feel is right. That's all I gotta say about that. So it is what it is. Shout out to everybody that's in the building so far. I don't know who the hell she was talking about, but if she talking about me, because that shit, it didn't go viral or nothing, but it got a couple of favorites, it got a couple of retweets, so it probably came across her desk. But it is what it is. I'm not shook. You ain't scaring nobody. But it just be funny to me, like these people. These women be the same people that be on these social media platforms challenging men, wanting to be acknowledged amongst men so bad, but then when they get criticized by a man, but the way you talk to females, well, y'all act like y'all bitches be ladylike. Y'all be acting like y'all ladylike. Y'all be acting just like us. Masculine energy to the motherfucking bone. And then when somebody respond to you, I'm a female. I'm just a girl. Miss me with the fucking bullshit, bro. You worried about the wrong shit. You need to mind your fucking business. T. Stella, whatever the fuck your name is. And whoever backing her play, fuck you too. Like straight like that. Like, fuck is we even talking about? You talking about the way we spoke to women is scary. How about a woman that has gotten caught taking PEDs and has went out of her and has used them PEDs to attempt to harm other women? Since you I'm assuming you were, what they call that shit, babe? A girl's girl? A girl, since you a motherfucking girl's girl, how you play it? How about a girl who has been caught previously using PEDs and went out of her way to attempt to harm other women? Why you ain't saying nothing about her? Keep that shit consistent if you're going to be taking that stance. If you for women, be for women and be for the safety of women as well. You over here trying to protect the woman. Why don't you protect them girls why don't you protect that girl that Alicia Bumgarner fought when she was on that shit? Fuck out of here. Gender don't got nothing to do with anything. Well, nigga, she the one who brought it up. So obviously it means something to her. So what is we talking about? Steer Hook, you've been getting on my fucking nerves too, bro. Keep playing, keep trying to pull a nigga card. You annoying, and I already know who you is, nigga. I'm just waiting for you to bury yourself. Fuck is we talking about? I ain't on none of that bullshit today, bro. I ain't being nice to nobody in this motherfucker. It is what it is. Niggas don't like it, they getting packed. Fuck out of here. Man, we all know who the fuck Steer Hook is, nigga. That's real talk. He give you the same play every time. It's just so predictable. Like, he think niggas is stupid. He come in with a new name, creep his way into the chat, but he act the same way. He's such an idiot, he can't contain himself. He can't even hide his personality on here. See, look, he trying to be funny and shit. He's saying everything except what the fuck I just said. He's saying that to deflect from what I just said. We all know who you is, nigga. We waiting for you to bury yourself, hoe ass nigga. Anyways, let's get to the boxing talk. He gonna end up getting packed by the end of this live, how the way it's looking. So we just gonna let that shit play out how it play out. Anyways, let's take a look at this real quick. This is the biggest news to have hit the airways today. And let me share the screen for the people to see. Y'all already done saw this by now, brothers and sisters. We not about to act like, you know what I mean, we've been living under a rock. And this is by the Ring Magazine. It says, breaking news. Jake Paul will face Gervonta Tank Davis on November 15th at State Farm Arena in Atlanta in an exhibition live on Netflix. Sources confirmed to Mike Coppinger. Before I get into that, I think there's been a little bit of a mix-up with the dates. I don't know if it's the 15th. I don't know if it's the 18th. I don't know exactly what it is, but nonetheless, it seems like it's going down in November. And that's why in the video I put together earlier today, I said in November of 2025, because it looks like there was reports that differed in terms of the fight date. But, you know, Ring Magazine says November 15th at State Farm Arena in Atlanta in the exhibition live on Netflix. Sources confirmed to Mike Coppinger. Talks for Paul to face Anthony Joshua collapsed over network issues. Paul's last fight took place at 200 pounds, while Davis is a champion at 135. You see what I mean? So that's just Ring Magazine stating the facts. Shout out to Ring Magazine for keeping the people informed. But what's going on? You see what I'm saying? So what is there to really say about this? Outside of I told you so. What is there to say besides I told you so? I need somebody to tell me that, because from the very beginning, I told you guys exactly what Gervonta Davis's intentions were. This was going to happen whether we liked it or not. Whether Gervonta Davis got into legal trouble or whatever the case is, this is something that Gervonta Davis been cooking up on. Let's not get it misunderstood. This is something that he been waiting to come out with. This is something that we've been waiting for him to come out with. You see what I mean? Now, I got some mixed opinions on the whole situation. We're going to chop it up. We're going to have a great conversation about this. Hit the likes, y'all. Hit the likes. We ain't even going to talk about Gervonta Davis fans right now. We're going to say that. We're going to say that at the end. This is what I told y'all Tank's plans was from the very beginning. How did I know this? You may be asking, Mark, how did you know this? How are you such a genius, bro? Ain't nothing genius about me, nigga. You just got to listen to what these people be saying. And when you watch that post-fight press conference, Gervonta Davis should have been angry, embarrassed, motivated, bitter, emotional, all of that. What did I see Gervonta Davis do? This motherfucker was showing them pearly whites. He was showing them pearly whites. Looked like he had a weight lifted off his shoulder. Like he was just so glad that he was able to walk away with a draw, a controversial draw at that. This motherfucker was showing teeth after the fight with Lamont Roach. Then he goes into that post-fight press conference, which he didn't even want to do for real, for real. He didn't even want to come out there. He didn't want to face the people for real. But Gervonta Davis sat there and he took questions from the media. I'll salute him for that. But even then, he told y'all to your face. What did he tell y'all? Yeah, he want the Lamont Roach rematch, but it's not going to be next. So when you saying something like that, it's like, okay, you must have something in your mind already. Gervonta Davis went on to say that the person that he was supposed to fight next was in his locker room. And after doing research, all fingers pointed to Jake Paul. Not Shakur Stevenson, not nobody that we wanted to see. No. It all pointed towards Jake Paul. All the Gervonta Davis fanboys, all of the fanatics of Gervonta Davis, the niggas who love how the way his braids look and the way that he be sagging his pants, and They love the purses that he be carrying around. Dumb niggas that y'all be tuning into. They was like, oh no, ain't no way. Nah, ain't no way he gonna fight Jake Paul, man. Come on, man. He ain't fighting Jake Paul. I got an inside source that told me that he's doing the rematch with Lamont Roach next. Yeah. And I'm like, I start, bro, on some real shit. I rarely go against my logic. I'm a man. That's how I move off of logic. But I want to see Gervonta Davis do so well. I went against my logic in that situation. I'm like, nah. Like, I heard what he said, but nah, he gonna change his mind. He gonna, you know what I mean? He had to change our heart. He gonna face Lamont. Right? I was going around damn near convincing myself that was the reality, when in the back of my mind I knew it wasn't. And people were blaming legal issues and all this shit. And I was like, I was giving them the benefit of the doubt. But then once he came out with the Lamont Roach, once he came out with the Jake Paul news today, I'm like, oh shit. Damn, he really did that. He really avoided Lamont Roach. He really ducked the fucking rematch, bro. So I'm thinking, damn, what these fans gonna say now? What these fans gonna say now, cuz? You know what they saying? Oh man, look, Ellie Seckback, the fucking ultimate top tier glazer, the first ballot Hall of Fame dick eater, Ellie Seckback, running around this motherfucker telling Lamont Roach as if he's somebody to be talking. Tank is fighting he's getting a payday next. What are you doing? Ellie, on some real shit, bro. And I don't really mean to get all, like emotional or resort to violence, but a nigga like you, bro, as like entitled as you be speaking, you need to get smacked in your shit, cuz. I wish I had the opportunity to slap you, but you might be on some Alicia shit. You might talk about suing niggas or whatever the case is. Like, you do whatever you can to keep Gervonta Davis sack in your mouth, sir. You treat this nigga sack like it's a gusher or something, like a motherfucking gusher that don't ever run out of flavor. You one of them niggas. Remember Charlie, what's that, Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory where he had that gum that never ran out of flavor? That's how you be treating Tank Sack. You just cannot keep that shit out your mouth, brother. I don't know what it is. You know what I mean? I don't know what type time you be on, but you super weird, my nigga. And I'm going on here and I'm looking through social media, bro. This is the first time I hop on X and just start popping at niggas. I usually just keep it to YouTube. I'm like, bro, I cannot believe that y'all niggas y'all just created a whole different angle where y'all literally pocket watching. Y'all sitting here pocket watching. Man, Tank making 100 mil for the exhibition, man. He making 100 mil. Nigga, how you know that? How you know he making 100 mil? Like, nigga, is you behind the scenes? Is you making these negotiations, bro? Like was you there when Tank accepted the offer? Was you there when he signed the contract? What the fuck is we even talking about? Y'all niggas is out here making up numbers. And if he was making 100 mil, what the fuck that got to do with you? Is you getting some of that? Is you his trainer? Is you his promoter? Is you his manager, advisor? Are you carrying this nigga's sweat rag? What the fuck is you so worried about this nigga making 100 mil for? Why does that satisfy you so much? That's none of your business. And the fact that I'm seeing men be happy because another nigga making money, bro, you like, that's not your man. You don't know him. Get off his dick. As a boxing fan, you should be worried about one thing: boxing. I could give a fuck how much a nigga make. As long as he making the fights that I want to see, I could care less. That's up to him and his team. I would never justify a nigga ducking by talking about how much money they getting in their next fight. That's whole shit. That's whole shit. Y'all niggas over here punching the clock at ShopRite, telling niggas, man, he making 100 mil. What you doing? Nigga, what you doing, nigga? Organize them fucking milk trays, you bitch ass nigga, and make sure the expired ones in the front, you faggot ass nigga. What the fuck is you talking about? Like y'all super weird, bro. Like this type shit right here, bro. I swear to God, if I didn't make a living off of boxing, and if I didn't love boxing, if I didn't grow up in boxing, I swear to God, I would dip. I swear to God, I would dip. Yo, steer a hook, bro. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. Damn, that's too far. Because you work at ShopRite, right? Fucking dairy clerk built ass nigga. Get him the fuck up out of here. Fuck is we talking about? I told y'all it was gonna happen. I was just waiting for him to throw some shit out there so I could counter his dumb ass. That's boxing for real. But anyways, I cannot believe. I'm thinking, I'm thinking we got Tank fans in the corner. I'm like, oh shit. Yo, we about to punch on these niggas. It's over. The pressure done got to them. And I seen a couple niggas fold. Man, by you taking this fight, man, you proving all your haters right. And he is, nigga. And he is. Now what? You still gonna eat dick, nigga? Let me know. Because it's gonna say a lot about you and your manhood, you sucker ass nigga. Let's go, champ. What is we talking about? Justice for Mazuma mob. What is we talking about, stranger? Most Tank fans are herbs. Shout out to Bella Faith. She know what the fuck going on. Shout out to the women of the channel, man. Shout out to Smoothie. Shout out to Bella Faith. Shout out to Karma Serene. Shout out to my girl Millennia, because she be in the chat sometimes. Shout out to all the women in the chat. Shout out to Marissa. Marissa too. Shout out to Marissa. Anyways. Yeah, man, but like, you know what I mean? Gervonta Davis told y'all from the very beginning, what he was going to do. And because we love boxing so much and we know that Tank has all the abilities to be a part of some huge fights in the sport of boxing, we start to give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, no, he ain't going to fight Jake Paul. No, he going to run that shit back with Lamont. The whole time Lamont telling you, yo, he ducking me. He don't want to fight me. And everybody shitting on Lamont. Man, Lamont, man, he was a clout chaser, man. Man, you always talking about Tank, man. Man, he going to fight you, man. He going to knock you out, man. Bro, whole time he proved Lamont Roach right. And y'all even want to acknowledge that. Y'all should be apologizing to that man. Y'all should be apologizing to Lamont Roach. I'm going to apologize to Lamont Roach, not because I called him a clout chaser. I would never do that. Like I said, I thought he was taking advantage of the moment. Great promotion on his part. I didn't disrespect him in that way. I apologize to Lamont Roach for giving Tank the benefit of the doubt that this nigga will fight you again. And you know what? If Gervonta Davis was like adamant about making these big fights happen, I'd probably let the exhibition slide. Fuck it, go get your money. But considering that this nigga has been talking about he gonna retire at the end of this year, always bringing up retirement and how he don't want to be in boxing, and you know he want to get away from this shit, and you know all this, bro. How can I support this? If you took this fight in between making big fights happen, I probably wouldn't even trip. But the fact that you about to walk away from the sport, you probably gonna end your career with this exhibition right here. You think we supposed to respect that? You think that we supposed to respect this shit, bro? Get the fuck out of here, bro. And I see people, you know what I mean, making a claim, you know, putting their case in for Tank, like, you know what I mean? Oh, get all the money that you can. And bro, that's true. You want to get your money and you want to get out. But you want to know why this is inexcusable? Because Tank could have got this fight at any time, nigga. He could have got this at any time. He could have got this after he fought Shakur. He could have got this after he fought Devin Haney. He could have got this after he fought Keyshawn or whoever the fuck was available. All these elite level fights that he could take part in. He could get that. That Jake Paul fight will always be there. It's always going to be there. Shout out to my boy 88 Sports Talk with the $5 super chat. He said Tank is 30 years old in his prime, and he's literally fighting D-level fighters that still hasn't fought Shakur, T.O. Loma, Haney, or Keyshawn. I'm gonna say or Keyshawn. Pick one, nigga. You ain't even pick one. Then you sitting here acting like you this decorated ass nigga. You ain't got nothing to prove, bro. Canelo done proved more than you, and I still hold his feet to the fire when he be talking that bullshit. You ain't do none of that. Niggas talking about he learned from Floyd. He ain't learned a goddamn thing from Floyd, bro. Because while Floyd, first of all, Floyd didn't do no motherfucking exhibition until he hung them gloves up. He was done. No titles to his name, none of that. Tank is in the prime of his career right now with a WBA lightweight title. And he putting that motherfucking title to the side when he could be pushing the boxing culture forward with some big fights. He about to give Jake Paul an opportunity. You about to sit here and tell me that Jake Paul more deserving of an opportunity than Shakur Stevenson? Really? Loma Duck. Man, Loma was retired by the time Tank came around, bro. How about when they was both at 130 and both was champions of Lamont and Vasil Lomachenko was calling him out and Tank was sitting there talking about, oh, man, he old, man, he Russian. And Floyd was like, oh, Floyd, no, Tank don't even trip. You ain't got to rush. And then a couple moments later when Floyd and Tank beefing, Floyd like, oh, yeah, we gonna make Tank fight Loma. We gonna make Tank fight Loma. He tried to punish him with a Loma fight. That's how you know they were scary. But you want to push this narrative that Loma ducked? Boxing International said Loma said yeah, then retired. Okay. What the fuck that got to do with both of them being at 130 and him turning it down while they was both at the peaks of their career? Shout out to the boy Witty with the $5 super chat. He said, real recognize real. I could respect Tank if he kept it real from the jump, but always talking tough like he wants smoke. The man got picked. Shout out to the boy Witty with the $5 super chat. It sounded like you from Philly, brother. You said the man got picked. That's Philly terminology right there. Let me know if you're from the city or not. But I agree with you 1,000%, brother. I agree with you 1,000%. What I'm going to say is this. Remember when Tank had that 7-fight deal? Remember when Tank had that 7-fight deal and he said that kid from Newark was on it? What happened? What happened? That nigga went from saying all of that shit to talking about he want to be a veterinarian and want to go to therapy so he could heal himself. Y'all remember that? Nigga said he wanted to diagnose dogs with arthritis and shit. That shit was more important to him than making a fucking fight happen at the top of the lightweight division. Miss me with the bullshit, bro. Y'all want to sit here and talk about Loma Duck. Nigga, Loma was out the door. He was about to, which y'all not taking into consideration, his dad convinced him to go ahead and fight George Kambosos. His dad convinced him. He was already done. His pop persuaded him. He did that one fight and he hung it up. And Gervonta and Top Rank and Tank's team was doing the deal behind the scenes, not Loma. After Top Rank came to the agreement, whatever the case is, then they came over for Loma. Loma talking about, I don't know if I'm coming back. I don't know. That's what started all of that shit. And if a nigga feel like he ready to retire, especially after taking the best fights, unlike Tank, then he entitled to do so. That nigga Tank is a Harlem Globetrotter. You know how them Harlem Globetrotter niggas, they be playing ball and they look sharp as shit, but the niggas they be playing, you know they ain't about the opposition that the Harlem Globetrotters go up against, you know they ain't shit. It's good. It's good to look easy. It's easy to look good against them niggas. Y'all niggas play ball. Y'all be all flashy. Y'all be making them half-court shots and all that bullshit. But we don't know how good them Harlem Globetrotter niggas is because they ain't never stepped on the court with the real NBA niggas. That's how I perceive Tank. Tank is the nigga who he be beating up on these guys, and some of these guys be solid, but they not elite, bro. They're not elite. I'm sorry. Frank Martin's not elite. Ryan Garcia, not elite. Rolly, not elite. These guys are not the guys that Tank has never shown to be the best fighter at any division that he's ever competed in, from 30 to 40. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Barrios, he's not elite. We definitely know that, Big Soldier. That nigga ain't show you that in his last fight. I don't know what to tell you. Pedraza, he was a champion. He wasn't elite. It's a difference. When I'm thinking elite, I'm thinking, and I'm sorry to say it, but T.O., that's an elite level guy. As much as I dislike him, he's an elite level guy. There's not many people that could beat T.O. Right? Shakur Stevenson, that's elite. Devin Haney at the time when he was at 35 or 40, elite. Guys that could actually pose him problems. He never went on to fight. Vasil Lomachenko, when they was both at 30 and both world champions, that's elite. But you wait till Loma already checked out mentally and got one foot out the door to send this nigga an offer. Gary Russell, he ain't look Gary Russell way. Gary called him all types of bitches. They ain't never fight him. Come on, and y'all niggas talking about 2017. Nigga, I graduated in 2016. I'm about to be 30, nigga. That's what y'all want to bring up. Y'all want to bring up a fight from 2017. Bro, I'm about to be 30. I graduated a year before that. Y'all bragging about 8-year-old work. That's how you know a nigga ain't doing shit. If you got to go back 8 years ago to talk about a credible nigga he fought, that lets you know that he ain't doing shit. Can't no nigga tell me that they get bitches. Can't no nigga tell me they getting money if they talking about some shit, a bitch they bagged in 2017. Fuck all that. Nigga, you coming across like a has-been. What you doing now? Once a nigga started telling me about money that he got back in the 90s and the nigga broke now, I stopped listening. You know why? Because I don't that shit ain't relevant, bro. That shit a long time ago, guys. What you doing now? Where your bet? Where your money? What your money looking like now? Funny. Come on, dog. I was 19 when this nigga fought Pedraza, bro. Probably 18. Stop it. Script is in. Jake, then Pac-Man, then he retires. Hey, man, that's very possible. That's very possible. It's just disappointing, man. And look, Tank done told us on several occasions that he don't care about his legacy. He don't care about, appeasing anybody. He just want to get his money and get out. He said that he let you know he don't love boxing. He said that he do it because he had to do it. That's how he had to get himself out the trenches using boxing. And he said once he get where he need to go, he disappearing. He said that nigga probably be on his own island or some shit like that. What pisses me off is that we got fans currently in the sport of boxing right now that's defending this fucking approach that Gervonta Davis is taking. There's no way that you could defend this perspective. There's no way you could protect Gervonta Davis and say that you're an advocate for boxing. There's no way you could say that. How could you say you a boxing fan if you condoning a nigga purposely avoiding the best competition? How? This nigga Boxing International he's a clown. See, these type niggas right here, they the exact fans that we don't need in the sport of boxing because they condone fuckery. All y'all niggas do is contribute to the dysfunction of boxing. How could you call yourself Boxing International? How? Your name should be Tank International. What the fuck is the shit from Maryland? MD, nigga. Just say Tank Boxing MD. That's what you need to change your name to. There's no way you could say that you an advocate for boxing and condone this type of fuck shit. Because as a boxer fan, you should prioritize seeing the best fighting the best. The best fighting the best. You should be a fan before the sport before you're a fan of the individual. Just based off of how the way you moving, brother, there's no way you could say that you put boxing first. You can't. There's no way you could say that. There's nothing you could do to convince me otherwise. Because if you held boxing first and you really prioritize the sport over an individual, you would not be on Gervonta Davis's side right now. You know that he moving foul. You know he purposely avoided the top competition. You know he finessing the game in order to get a paycheck. Come on, dog. And yeah, niggas is gonna tune in. It is what it is. But what the fuck that got to do with him avoiding the best competition. You over here talking about he the face. He not. He not the face. He may be your face of boxing. He may be the reason why you watch boxing, but he not the face. The numbers don't prove that. Canelo's still running up them numbers. So if we basing the face of boxing off of niggas who do the best numbers and get the biggest checks, Canelo still got it, whether we like it or not, whether he failed a drug test or not. What is we talking about? That nigga Donald Banks snap. But nah, y'all, for real though. So this is disappointing news. Like I said, Gervonta Davis, he should have did. And if he learned anything from Floyd, how the way people have been saying, every time Floyd had a close fight, he ran that shit back immediately. What's the fight y'all said that he lost? Jose Luis Castillo, he ran that shit back, dominated in the next fight. Marcos Maidana, they were talking about that fight was close. What he do? He ran it back and dominated him, beat him convincingly. Gervonta Davis ain't cut from that cloth, y'all. He not. That nigga heart pump Kool-Aid. I'm sorry. I know y'all niggas don't want to hear it. I know that y'all, in y'all heads, Gervonta Davis can't do no wrong, but he's dead wrong in this situation. And it is what it is. We just got to take Tank for who he is. But I'm going to tell you what. Gervonta Davis want to take this approach and he don't give a fuck about boxing no more. Just do us a favor and get rid of that belt, brother. Get rid of that belt. Make that WBA title vacant. Had these young motherfuckers who actually want to prove something to solidify their name in the sport, had them contend for the title and keep the boxing culture moving. You feel what I'm saying? That's all I really got to say about that shit, bro. This is absolutely disgusting, to be honest with you. The mindless consumer, I am not giving you a wrench, brother. That's not how this works. Drop the WBA, Kid Austin. Shit, why not? If Kid Austin gonna be giving us good fights, we can see some unification fights happen in the division or whatever. You know what I mean? They be moving a little bit shaky, but regardless, I would rather, like, Kid Austin, let that nigga fight. Let that nigga put on some good Johns. He just beat Tevin Farmer. He proved the people. He shocked the people. He proved the people wrong. There was a lot of people that was rooting for Tevin. I said Kid Austin was gonna win. Granted, I ain't say that he was gonna beat Tevin Farmer in that way, but I picked him to win. I thought his speed, his athleticism, you know what I mean, his pace, his work rate, I thought that was going to be enough. He sparked Tevin Farmer. Ain't nobody ever do that to Tevin. Belts don't matter, right? I mean, according to him, yeah, but he holding on to that motherfucker for some reason. If belts truly don't mean nothing to you, then why would you pay for them? You know how much of a moron you sound like if you say that belts don't matter, yet you still cutting the check to keep one? Because every time Tank fight, he got to pay them niggas. He got to pay the WBA. They not giving him a belt for free for what? They in this game to make money. They ain't about to let nobody hold that belt and just walk away scot-free with it. Go ahead. Let go of the belt. Belts collect dust, right? So why you paying for it? You already the face of boxing, right? Why you need one? Roach versus Schofield for the vacant WBA title, that's a fire-ass fight. That's a fire-ass fight. I would rather see that than see, Tank hold on to the title and fight weenies. Floyd fighting in November. Okay, cool. Shout out to Winston Sanders for keeping us informed. You know what I mean? It just goes on to prove, it goes to reveal contradictions that Tank has made, him and his team. You feel what I'm saying? When he was going around talking about, niggas, he was talking about motherfuckers being on PEDs because they was bigger than him. And, remember he was saying that about Ryan Garcia. Came out to be true, but I remember he was alluding to Ryan Garcia being on PEDs, then later on defending Ryan Garcia from being on PEDs because his disdain for Devin Haney was that heavy. Then he goes on and him and his team talking about, how that fight with Devin Haney ain't gonna happen. Devin Haney too big. Tank really a 130. But now you about to have an exhibition. And from what I heard from Mike Coppinger, they trying to make the fight official. I don't know how they gonna do it, but they look like they trying to count this fight in the books. You feel what I'm saying? I highly doubt that's gonna happen. I don't think any athletic commission is gonna, especially Atlanta. I don't see Atlanta letting that shit slide whatsoever. It would make no sense to sanction a fight when Two motherfuckers is literally like 60 pounds, 60, 70 pounds apart. But at the same time, with the money these niggas generate, they probably do it just for the check. They'll probably let it slide just for the check. Now you about to fight a dude who fought at cruiserweight his last fight. And the fight prior to that against Mike Tyson, he came in a full-fledged heavyweight. But you're saying Devin Haney's too big. But you're willing to do an exhibition that may possibly count on the books against a guy who is bigger than Devin Haney? Make that shit make sense. Tank little fat ass be like 165, 170 when he out of camp. That was a while back, bro. Gervonta Davis, since he stopped chilling with AB and them, he been keeping his weight down. They said Tank be like 138, fighting at 135. I believe it. He said, Dev fighting a dog from ATL in November. Tank pussy, god damn. His feet deserve to be held to the fire, bro, because it's like, you can't, like, if Tank just set off the rip, bro, I ain't really interested in fighting none of these niggas, man. Yeah, I mean, they got that. I'm in a different lane. I just want to get this money and get out. I would still look at you like you turkey or you know what I mean, you a duck, but I would respect your perspective. Like, I would respect that angle that you take, and kind of like with Jared Anderson, that, his opinion on his career disappointed me as a boxer fan, but guess what? I ain't about to be holding Jared Anderson to no high standards. You know why? Because he letting you know he ain't shit off the rip. You feel what I'm saying? Gervonta Davis wants you to believe that he'll beat this guy and he'll beat that guy and he'll touch this guy's chin and do this to this person, and he pulling up the niggas' houses. He's such a tough nigga. It's like the more tattoos he get, the tougher he get. But he wants you to believe that these guys ain't really deserving of fighting him. But then fought Hector Luis Garcia, who I just found out officially retired from the sport of boxing. Shout out to Hector Luis Garcia. You had some memorable moments in the sport. You won a world title. You had a great career. You know what I mean? Shout out to Hector Luis Garcia for going out on his own terms. You fought guys like that. You fought Frank Martin. Neither one of them accomplished the shit that Shakur accomplished. But you want us to believe that Shakur don't deserve a fight with you? Or what has he done? Who has he beat? Okay. He's beat better guys and accomplished more than a lot of the opponents you done had. He's actually more accomplished than any opponent that you've had in your career. And that's a fact. He said each tattoo is like 5 HP. For real, though. He really wants you to believe that he this big bad wolf and he blowing niggas' houses down whole time. He ain't on none of that. Big Soldier, cut it out, man. You trolling. Barrios. The fuck Barrios achieved that Shakur didn't achieve? You know damn well Barrios ain't on no Shakur level. He the worst champion at 47 right now. Right now. Nigga got Pacquiao feeling himself and he pushing 50. He should be embarrassed. It's crazy to say Rolly more accomplished than Tank. Shit, if he unified 47, yeah. Because what Tank, Gervonta had 2 legit belts, I think. What he had? I think he had the WBA at 30 and the IBF. Then he got elevated to the full status champ in the WBA at 35. So what's that? 3 world titles. I think 3 official world titles. He had a bullshit title at 40. We don't count that. Yeah, but they damn near about even in terms of accolades. I swear Tank had gotten 2 separate belts at 2 different times at 30. IBF at 30, WBA at 35. He didn't get another belt at 30 outside of the IBF. Let me see. But you know, BoxRec don't even show. BoxRec don't even show the WBA, I think. Yeah, he had the WBA super featherweight title. Yeah, he had the WBA super featherweight title. twice in 2018 and 2020. I think he had like 3 legit Jones. Yeah, he had the super version at 130 in 2018 and 2020. So what he got? Four. He won the title 4 times. We don't count that regular shit, man. But whatever. I know he got the IBF off Pedraza. I know when he beat Jesus Cuellar, it was for like a WBA title. Then he had the WBA regular. Then he had the WBA regular at 40 as well. I don't know, but regardless, if Rolly unify, if Rolly go ahead and pack up Barrios or some shit, he got the WBC and the the WBA around his waist. That'll be a crazy John. 130 Reggie belt. He got elevated. Okay. But man, regardless, this crazy news, you know what I mean? People pocket watching, trying to create some type of new angle to make Tank look good. And you know what I mean? Niggas bringing up boxer safety and up, bro. Tank was the one that who was insinuating really hurting niggas in the ring and making niggas mothers cry and all that shit. You know what I mean? He back off the block and now everybody concerned about Tank health. Man, stop it, man. Motherfucker play like the big bad wolf till somebody pull his car and now he want to go fight social media boxers and shit like that. And shout out to Jake Paul, bro. That motherfucker having it his way. This nigga fighting niggas from 105 to heavyweight. He don't give a fuck who it is. He don't give a fuck how old you is. Man, he do not care. Even if you never boxed before, you gonna bring your ass over here. That nigga Jake Paul really living on his own terms, taking advantage of the sport. And these niggas talking about, y'all want Tank to bend the knee to Turkey. Oh, well, guess what? He probably ain't bend the knee to Turkey, but he certainly bent that motherfucking knee for Jake Paul. Let's go, champ. Let's go, champ. He definitely bent that knee for Jake Paul, nigga. And on some real shit, I had people dead ass ask me how I see the fight going. Bro, I don't give a fuck about how the fight go. If Jake Paul pack him up, I wouldn't mind. If Tank pack Jake Paul, I wouldn't mind. I really don't care what happens. You know why? Because whoever wins out of these two, they ain't gonna do shit. They ain't gonna be a part of no big fights after this. These niggas want you to believe that Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, you know what I mean, couldn't agree to terms because of network issues. Man, stop it. Jake Paul could go fight wherever the fuck he want. He weighed his options. He found out real quick that Tank may be the safer fight than Anthony Joshua. You think he sat down with Turkey Al-Sheikh and assumed Turkey Al-Sheikh was going, was going to bypass the whole DAZN situation? Bro, come on, stop it. Network issues. Y'all believe that shit? With the type of money they would have generated, them networks wouldn't have mind putting it on Nickelodeon. Nick at Night. Fuck is we talking about? When you generating that type of money, them networks could agree to something. They'll agree to something. They probably would do a genre where they stream it here and they stream it here. You can pick whichever one you want to stream from. Stop it. That nigga was like, do I really want to get hit upside my head by Anthony Joshua or Gervonta Davis? Do I want to take a punch from a 35-pounder or a nigga who twice my size and be weighing 240? Like, come on, bro. He said, these Paul fights are scripted. I'm not interested. Anonymous said, careful. Jake is out here suing people now for saying that. Well, yeah, you could definitely sue somebody for that. For sure. You can't say things like that. Tank a Hall of Famer. I mean, nowadays the Hall of Fame ceremony, these Hall of Fame inductions, it's really a popularity contest. It's a popularity contest. So, you know what I mean? If motherfuckers like Arturo Gotti and Rocky Balboa and all these motherfuckers can get into the Hall of Fame, why can't Tank do it? That's why, like, being a that Hall of Fame shit, bro, that shit watered down, bro. They just be letting anybody in there. As long as you was popping or you was the man at one time, regardless of your accolades or accomplishments, they'll let you in that jump. It's a whole lot of politics around that Hall of Fame shit now. Trust me. The mindless consumer said, "You think Tank got enough power to hurt Jake?" I don't know, and I don't care, brother. I know Jake got enough power to hurt Tank. I know that. So he better duck his motherfucking taco when he in there. Because if he get knocked out by Jake Paul, bro, super bad, John. That's gonna be the icing on the cake. Now, niggas really not gonna want to see him. The stranger said, "Mark, how do you think this may affect the boxing industry?" I mean, a lot of people think that it's going to benefit the boxing industry because of the money that it's going to generate, and it may affect, that may be a positive effect, out of this situation. Financially, it'll do well. However, not all money good money. I'm gonna tell you why. Because boxing reputation going to take a dive after seeing this fight. People are they're gonna come to the conclusion that boxing is starting to become WWE in terms of just strictly being entertainment. And if we look at all the big fights that's been happening lately, it's been entertainment type of fights, like Floyd McGregor, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. And right now we about to have Jake Paul, Gervonta Davis, two totally different fighters who came up in totally different weight classes. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, bro, why every time, boxing hits like the airways, it's always like some bullshit. It's never like no legit fights. It's always like some type of circus act. That's how it's going to look. That's how it's going to look. People going to look at boxing and be like, damn, boxing ain't what it used to be. Now it's just a bunch of like fucking circus acts and shit. So yeah, it might benefit, the sport of boxing financially. You know what I mean? It might be a big move that a lot of people could profit from, but at the end of the day, it's gonna tank the sport of boxing's reputation. That's the reality. And I know that because I talk about casuals. I talk with casual people all the time. People look at me and they know I'm the boxing guy. So I hear casual boxing fans' perspective all the time. They're like, man, like, why are they making this fight happen? Are these guys even the same weight? Like, is this? And then they start to assume the shit scripted. Man, man, you think Tank's gonna take a dive? They asking that in the fight, not even here yet. Boxing being taken as a joke, man. These motherfuckers are selling themselves out for a bag, but as a result of that, they making a mockery of the sport. And Shakur Stevenson told y'all in one of his latest interviews, if Tank fights Jake Paul instead of me, that's complete disrespect to the sport of boxing. I couldn't agree with him no more. And that's why we frustrated. We ain't mad that a nigga getting money. I don't give a fuck about none of that. We mad that there was so many big fights that he could have made, but he chose to make that one instead and make a mockery of the sport. And only hardcore boxing fans will understand that that's disrespectful. And only true boxing fans will understand that it's disrespectful to the sport of boxing to make a fight like this happen. It's simple and plain. It said Jake Paul, Tank Davis. Let's go. You know that's a bum ass fight, mastermind. Shout out to my pop, Lando Rosa, in the building. He said, "Fuck the Hall of Fame until they induct Wilfredo Vasquez Sr." Yes, sir. Yeah, a whole lot of politics with this shit, man. Anonymous says, all I know is if Tank's going to be on this retirement tour, vacate the fucking belt. And if you don't want to fight, get the fuck out of the way and let the real fighters fight. That's what I'm saying. Stop wasting people's time, bro. Stop holding up a division for selfish reasons. If you don't want to rumble, get the fucking belt up so the niggas who actually want to rumble get the opportunity to make something of themselves. All you doing is holding the division back. You preventing good fights from happening. That's the type time you on. Get rid of that belt. Have these other motherfuckers fight for it so they can continue moving the sport. You know what I mean? For positive reasons. In a positive way, I mean. Look, and my pop was a big fan of Gervonta Davis. Tell me I'm lying, Pop. You fucked with Gervonta Davis. He over here saying, lost all respect for Tank. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. And like I said, people could sit here and be like, oh, man, well, you know, it makes a lot of business sense. Bro, that fight could have been available at any time. He chose to do it now at a time where there's so many big fights that he could make that's meaningful to the sport. This nigga basically said, fuck the sport and put the entertainment first. That lets you know that he not really prioritizing fighting the best fighters. And as boxing fans, why are we continuing to support this guy? That's a serious question. And if you do feel like you feel the need to support the guy, then you need to do some reflecting and ask yourself whether you're actually pro boxing or not. Are you pro Tank or are you pro boxing? Shit is crazy. He can't say that there was no money in any of these other fights. He could have made a stupid bag. Turkey was going to offer him money that he never seen in his life. Good night to Slime, man. Devin gave 135 life. Well, he made the biggest he made the biggest fights he could make. He stepped up to the table. That's something that Tank ain't never do. Whether we like Tank to beat Devin or whatever the case is, bro, the fact that we gotta look at Tank, we gotta look back at Tank's career and guess what he could possibly do instead of actually seeing him do it, it's embarrassing. The only thing that Tank fans do is fantasize. That's all these niggas do. That's all they do. They always talk about what could happen. They never talk. Not one Tank fan can sit here and be like, oh, well, this, Tank beat this guy. He did this to this guy. Bro, all them niggas do is use their imaginations. Them Gervonta Davis fans are dreamers, nigga. They always talk about what Tank would do or what you feel like he could do. Bro, fuck what you think he could do. When is he going to do the shit? You could tweet right now, I want Tank to fight Shakur. Oh, Tank will beat Shakur, bro. How you know? Oh, Shakur ain't got no power. Okay. Power is not the only way to win in boxing, so I'm going to ask you again. How do you know? Oh, man, Shakur's soft, bro. Okay, that's your opinion. How do you know? Why don't we just see the fight happen instead? Oh, no, man, no. Shakur, he's boring. He's boring. Like, these niggas, bro. Suckers, bro. There's always a what-if story. That's a fact. I'm going to actually put the link up here for the people to tap in with me, man. You know what I mean? Let's tap in with the people. Let's see what the people thinking. Let's tap in and see what the people thinking. If y'all want to come on, y'all more than free to. Let me get something to drink before we do that, though. You know what I mean? I'm going to let a few people get in. We going to stream live. We going to chop it up. What time is it? 11:41? Perfect. Hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You better hope Jake Paul don't touch you. Hit you on one of them motherfucking right hands. You might have that motherfucking doctors put them lasers in your eyes, some flashlights in your eyes trying to see what your pupils look like, nigga. Better not let Jake Paul hit you with that right hand, cuz. That uppercut, whatever he looking for. Because you're going to wake up and the doctor going to be like, how many fingers I'm holding up, Gervonta? How many fingers I'm holding up, Gervonta? How about now? R3 says, what are some examples of boxers right now who prefer to keep the integrity of the sport intact by fighting the best instead of fighting Jake Paul? David Benavidez, Alexander Usyk, Devin Haney. There's plenty of them. Terrence Crawford. There's plenty of them, man. Yo.
How you doing, sir? Great show. I like your subject matter. The cracker against the light-skinned assassin from Baltimore. You know what I mean? I like this. He tattooed up. I don't like his throat tattoo. That's ridiculous to put on your throat. Maybe it would have been better on his chest. But I think this is a great fight. Mazuma. I'm sorry. I had to throw that overhand right. He's a very defensive fighter. I had to get him with that. Don't put it on your neck, on your throat, sir. Don't put it on your back. Put it on your legs, for God's sake. You're a leg guy. Put it on your leg. I just seen a guy in the store yesterday, Mazuma. He had Malcolm and Martin on his leg, and I commented on him, a young guy. I said, hey, that's gangster right there. I like that. Yeah, I mean, real, you know what I mean? But as far as this fight.
What you was doing at the store? You was buying the lighter?
I was getting some drinks. I bought a Monaco. I'm going to show you what I bought, man. I bought this Monaco. Yeah, I got some real shit, man, from the store. It ain't that expensive. You probably had this shit before. Got me a little, and you know that them little Calypso drinks. You know about them?
I don't know nothing about it, but no, I don't drink, bro.
Don't drink. Don't do it. It's not a good. Well, you know that. I ain't got to tell you. But this fight, how much is Jake Paul coming in weighing, sir?
We don't even know the details yet. We just know it's official.
So have you witnessed these type of fights? 140 against light heavyweights and heavyweights. Have you seen this in your boxing career?
The only thing that I've seen close to that, like remotely close to that, was like when Floyd did the exhibition with Logan Paul.
Yeah, and it was difficult, right? But he don't have the power of a Tank. Tank at least has the power. Do you think he have the power to knock out Jake, or you think the size would be too much for him?
I don't know, because the thing is, it's like, all right, Tank may punch hard for a motherfucker in his weight class, but you know, how's his power gonna affect somebody like Jake Paul, who, you know, fights at cruiserweight, has fought at heavyweight, like
fought at heavyweight.
You know, punch resist. The heavier a guy is in boxing, it's like they more than likely to take a better shot. Like a heavyweight will take a shot better than a flyweight.
Yeah, Logan. If I fought the fight that Logan fought against Floyd Money Mayweather, I would be proud of myself. I would be happy for that loss. How about yourself, sir?
Say that again.
I think Logan Paul's performance against Floyd is admirable. If I myself had the same performance against Money Mayweather, I would be proud of myself. Your thoughts?
I mean, yeah, he's not a boxer, so if you do well against an all-time great, you know, I guess you could be proud of that. But,
It's a loss, though. You're proud of a loss, but you lost to the best of all time, Mazuma.
I mean, it's an exhibition, so they don't even count that shit anyway.
But it's you fighting Floyd. You gonna count it? Is this the only chance I got?
No, what I'm saying is it ain't scored. It's not judged. So it's like
right. But I think it still was dangerous for Floyd. His legacy was on the line, sir. Just like Tank Davis, if he get knocked out against Jake, this is a big movie. If he loses to Jake, your thoughts? I'm trying to get it all, Mazuma.
No, listen, I think Gervonta's under a lot of fire right now. He's under a lot of criticism because of that move he just made. So I already think like his reputation going down the drain as we speak. But if he were to get knocked out by Jake Paul, that'd be like the icing on the cake, bro. Like I don't think Tank coming back from that if he get knocked out by Jake.
And it's possible, sir. Very possible. The boy got a right hand that it don't matter just because you're a professional boxer. You have to avoid that. You're still human, sir. So to fix what you just said, what you've been saying your whole since your program has been on today, I will say that just win, baby. Al Davis. Winning fixes everything. But he must do with just win and retire. It's cool. This is what you in it for. Do it for you, Tank. You can't, these people can't come in the ring. Do whatever you got to do. Just win. If you lose, like you just said, it's a horror movie, a comedy, horror/comedy, sir. Adam Sandler starring Eddie Murphy. If he loses. Horror, comedy. So you must win the fight. That's a midget you fighting. So I don't know how you fight a midget. That's like fighting in prison. Them little dudes that be whipping your ass in the penitentiary. Them dudes could fight. You know they not losing. We're in the penitentiary. The Shank gang. They got knives and shit. No. You must beat the midget, Mazuma. How you gonna beat the midget? He's a very short, light skin, and he got blessed on his throat. That's intimidating.
This nigga Mastermind wake up and be on straight bullshit.
Stop doing the drug, Mastermind. Then maybe he could do something with his life.
Yo, my pop in the building, he said huge weight difference. Tank could get KO'd, and if he does, his legacy will be damaged for good. That's a fact.
Shout out to Pops, man. Hell yeah. Shout out to Pops.
Tank could be doing all that shit. Tank could be doing all this shit right now, bro. But if he gets sparked by Jake, that's all people gonna remember, bro. That's all they gonna remember.
Hey, Mazuma, but you a boxing trainer. You know the game. You've been watching Jake. You can avoid that right hand, can't you? Or you think it's too hard? What's your opinion? Is it easy to time like a Tito Trinidad? Can he easily do it because he's not a professional?
You think Tito is easy to time?
No, I'm talking about if Hopkins could take away Tito's left hook, can Tank Davis take away Jake Paul's right hand easily? Because he's not even professional.
We've seen Tank be capable of taking away people's, power. Like we've seen it with the Ryan Garcia fight. You know what I mean? And I don't really look at Jake Paul as somebody who has like this fucking elite level IQ or, elite with setting up combinations. Like Jake Paul, he's pretty basic to me from what I've seen. I never really seen Jake do anything that blew me away or made me feel like he could actually beat top champions. But if Tank is elusive and he uses his speed and all that stuff, he could possibly take away Jake Paul's right hand. But at the same time, like my pop said, there's so much of a weight difference. It's like you got to damn near fight a perfect fight. And Tank, you know what I mean? Tank gets hit.
And remember, Floyd struggled with Logan, but no power. I think you got to put Tank in that position. Now we have punching power, but does he have enough power to KO a Jake or a Logan?
And can he take Jake Paul punching power?
Avoid it, Mazuma.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done, bro. You think Tank I don't know how many rounds they doing, but let's say it's like 10. You think he gonna do 10 rounds without getting hit one single time from Jake?
I seen Bernard Hopkins do it 12 against
That's an
Tito.
all-time great, bro.
And Jake is not a professional. So yes, you could take away his right hand because he ain't even. I do this. I've been breathing this for my life, so I could take away your right. I'm saying if Bernard could take away an all-time great left hook, of course Tank could take away a non-time great right hand. That's my point, sir. He took away a great.
Bernard Hopkins was the bigger man. Tito Trinidad was moving up in weight. This motherfucking Tank gonna have like a fucking 60-pound disadvantage against Jake Paul, bro. So even if he fight a good fight, it's only a matter of time before Jake catch up to him.
Oh, so you saying the size difference is what makes you be able to take away a weapon if you don't have that?
Tank done admitted that he been bothered by guys' power like Rolly Romero and all these dudes, bro. Like Jake, I see Jake put niggas to bed with one punch. Like his power definitely gonna play a factor. He a much bigger man than Tank, bro. So he probably don't even need to load up to really hurt Tank. He probably just hit Tank with some shit. He don't, he can hit him with some quick shit and still catches attention. That weight shit definitely make a difference, bro.
So you saying the weight now? Being a boxing trainer, tell me this: what your father said with the weight. Does that play a part in taking away the man's weapon? Like if I'm bigger than a guy, it's easy for me to take away his left hook. Like it was easier for Hopkins to take away that left hook because he was a bigger guy.
No, not necessarily. I think that really had to go down to Bernard Hopkins' ring IQ and his overall discipline with maintaining the game plan. But his size did help him in the fight as well because Tito Trinidad, I mean, he wasn't no middleweight for real. He barely got acclimated to 54 before he fought Bernard. You feel me? So, that may have not been the, you can make a case that Bernard beat, Trinidad because he was just a more skilled, disciplined fighter. But, size definitely played a role too because there was some roughhouse tactics that took place that he probably wouldn't have been able to get off if he wasn't the bigger man. But regardless, Gervonta ain't no Bernard Hopkins. He not no Bernard Hopkins. And motherfucking Jake Paul ain't no Tito Trinidad. So
right.
Shit.
So based on your analysis, sir, it sounds like an easy victory for the Caucasian from the Midwest.
No, I mean no, I'm not saying
it really does. Based on your analysis, you and your pops. Y'all sound like Jake gonna whip his ass because he don't have a height. He a midget, but I wonder if the midget gonna work. If that's gonna work for him or work against him.
Well, before we really put these answers out here, we need to get the details. You feel what I'm saying? Like what weight is everything, sir? Huh?
The height is a big part of this, also, sir.
That's true. That's true. But what
how tall are we looking at with Jake?
Jake like 6'1".
Good God! And how tall is the midget?
I don't know. They be saying he 5'5", but I don't even think he that for real. He probably that with like his shoes on and shit.
So it's an easy fucking man.
He's Tank like my mom height.
So check it out. What you just saying, you and your man. So we don't need no analysis. Look, it's over. All you can do is just keep him off with the jab, right? He can't even get inside. You too tall, got the reach advantage. How the fuck is you gonna win?
Listen, I need to know where the weight is at. That's gonna tell me a whole lot. You know what I mean? Like if they just let Jake come in as a cruiserweight while Tank is a 140 or whatever the case is, that's crazy. He most likely they probably gonna bring up. Why y'all saying 195? That's it. That's the weight.
Yeah, I like that. That makes it good. Hey, Mazuma, we about to get rich off this fight. Now we got to put the money where the mouth is. Let's get the paper.
Let me look at this, bro. Let me see if there's some details they ain't discussed yet.
Salute to the commenters, man.
Let me see. Says, according to Yahoo Sports, it said he will likely enter the ring to a 50-pound plus size disadvantage. Jesus Christ. So I don't really see no details, but they saying most likely Jake gonna have like a 50-pound advantage against Tank. That shit gonna play a part, bro.
Only way Tank win is if it's fixed. From what you're telling me, I'm talking to a boxing trainer and his pops. His pops came out first comment he said was the weight is too much. He said 60 pounds. How is a midget gonna be the dude 60?
And
I
this
mean,
look like Jake Paul, not like your traditional professional boxer, but the nigga got pro fights, and it's not like he gonna be scared of the bright lights. Jake Paul whole career done been under the bright lights, big fucking mega events and shit like that. Like he not gonna be scared to be under the lights against Tank. He done been there before.
I'm about to ask you a real question, Mazuma, because you've been in the trainer in the trench. You're a trainer in the trenches, so you hear what these people say on the internet about. I'll be knocking out heavyweights. I'll be knocking out. As a boxing trainer, do these lightweights really be knocking out light heavyweights and middleweights and heavyweights and shit, or is that a myth? Do they just say that on the internet, or have you actually seen it?
I wouldn't doubt that Tank knocked out a heavyweight, but what heavyweight did he knock out? Who was it? I know
so you
it
witnessed
I know it was. No, I've never witnessed it, but I think I would believe Tank if he said he knocked out a heavyweight before. But that's the thing.
So as a boxing trainer, y'all don't play these guys.
Who was it that he knocked out? Because for all we know, that heavyweight dude could probably be somebody with a couple amateur fights, or somebody who's just not that good. You see what I'm saying? That could literally be anybody. That could be somebody who just walked into the gym and got a few pounds on him. We don't really know who it is that what heavyweight he's referring to. But one thing I know for sure, it ain't no elite level heavyweight. It ain't no notable heavyweight that we know. We ain't seeing Tank knocking out no Usyks in no boxing gym. We ain't seeing him knocking out no Martin Bacolis in no boxing gym. We ain't seeing none of that. We ain't seeing him knocking out no Joseph Parkers, no Moses Thomas. So, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I take that shit with a grain of salt. I don't really pay attention to shit like that. But let's say he is knocking out people in sparring. That's sparring. That's sparring.
I'm saying with your
inside, you ain't got no 16, 18 ounce gloves. You're gonna be in there with Jake Paul, who probably gonna have some 10 to 12 ounce gloves on, and he gonna punch him, and he gonna and whatever he weigh in that day, he gonna be even heavier the night of the fight. Tank body not built to be putting on no crazy weight all like that. He a small dude. He probably put on 5 pounds at the most, and that's probably gonna be water weight for real. He might be in trouble. He might be in trouble.
But sir, what I'm asking you is, you being in the trenches and you seeing all these sparring sessions, do y'all even allow stuff like this to go on in the gym? Do lightweights fight heavyweights? Do you witness it doesn't happen? So that's morally wrong.
Not necessarily. I mean, everybody got their thing, but we don't do that.
Okay.
We're not even gonna put them little niggas in them situations. You know why? Because we understand how weight classes work. I'll tell you what.
Never heard. Mm-hmm.
We had a fighter. My dad managed a fighter who was a big puncher. He was a super middleweight, right? And back when I was boxing and all that shit, I had sparred him. And this motherfucker was and trust me, and at that time I was probably like in the light 50s. But he fought at 168, but he would walk around 190, 195. Big dude. Bro, he was probably punching at like 10%, and his shit felt like bombs, bro. And that's in small.
He going light. Like he was going light.
He's slapping, but his slaps felt like fucking bombs. You know why? Because I ain't had no reason to be in the ring with that motherfucker. It's a huge difference in punching power. And I remember hitting him with shit that would hurt niggas that was my weight and my age. And he ain't going nowhere. This nigga like, oh, that's a good shot. I'm like, what the fuck? I had everything behind that. And that's sparring. So I can only imagine in the fucking pros when Jake Paul ain't gonna hold back on no Tank. He gonna try to bomb on him. I promise you he gonna try to bomb on Tank. He already saying shit like, oh, Tank been one of the people that been disrespecting me the most. That's him trying to find a reason to really go all out on a nigga like Tank.
But let me tell you when that size thing usually happens, because this is a big disadvantage. It only happens like in the penitentiary where they use weight classes, but sometimes the heavyweight, he be like a bully Mazuma. So he makes the young guy get in the ring with him. You feel me? I mean, the smaller guy. You know what I mean? He really don't want to get, so, but he kind of bullying him. But the smaller guy, he ain't no punk. He'll get in there, but he gonna tell him like, look, I'll give you a half a round, 1 round. But that's how it happens. I think what you're saying and your pop saying, I think it sounds like it's an impossible task. I think I'm about to get rich off of your boy Jay Paul.
Anything possible, Mastermind. It's just like,
how the fuck is he gonna win?
I'm saying
he don't even seem like he can land the punches.
It is not like I said, it's not like Jake Paul get cold feet under them bright lights. He done been under them bright lights. He done main evented multiple fights. He done been a part of huge shows. The views that he did on that Mike Tyson fight alone was crazy. The whole world was watching. You feel what I mean? So he not gonna be in a situation that he ain't ever been in before. He experienced from that standpoint. You know what I mean? It's like if Tank don't really got the punch to keep Jacob off him, he gonna be in trouble. Seriously.
And remember the sparring session you just described to the public, right? That's the whole sparring he got to do for the whole training. So Tank got to fight them dude. That 10% that he was going on you, he got to do that for the whole training, because they can't go hard on him because they can hurt Tank because they too much bigger. They got to go light on Tank and sparring the big guys, because he's gonna be sparring big guys. Your thoughts?
Oh, that's a fact. That's a fact.
They got to go light on him. So
if you support the big niggas and they start bombing away on him, he not gonna.
But you're gonna make sure they're not gonna do that, Mazuma, right? As a trainer, you said 10%. What you described?
If I was Tank trainer, I wouldn't condone that fight at all. I wouldn't even train him for that fight, bro.
No, Mazuma, you got to get this money. Stop it. You fucking up your family now. We got to get this paper now. Yo, you his trainer, nigga? And you go, I'm not training you. What the fuck is you doing? You fucking up all the money. We about to get this paper and lead a game. We good. This retirement check. And you telling me that Jake can't lose. So that means Jake about to be an underdog. Put the money on Jake. Man, it's real, man. You looking at it all wrong. Get the paper. Stop being emotional and get the money. That's what Tank is doing. Y'all acting like, no, fuck the public. The public can't fight for you, Mazuma. You have to get in there and beat Jake Paul. And I don't know how you going to beat him. So I don't know. Hey, go get the money. Who could give him more money than Jake? You tell me. Let the comments tell me who's getting Tank more money than Jake Paul. Comment section.
I bet you Turkey Al-Sheik would have gained more money than Jake Paul.
For who?
Whoever the fuck he wanted him to fight.
For real?
Yeah. How you think? Remember when Turkey took Canelo from Jake Paul? You remember that?
Yes, sir.
Jake Paul was supposed to fight Canelo.
Yes, sir.
And Turkey was like, man, what's that nigga offering?
Oh my God. He saved Jake Paul's life, didn't he? He saved Jake. Turkey, you a jive turkey. Why you save Jake Paul so he can murder my light-skinned dude from Baltimore? I hate how this fucking game is going. He gonna fucking hurt Tank. He probably gonna hit him with an uppercut and knock him out the ring. Black people gonna have another bad fucking sign. We gonna look fucked up on this loss. It's gonna be worse than Crawford losing. Fuck. We gonna lose to a non-boxer. We about to lose to a non-boxer. What
he
the
said, fuck? This nigga Pagat Petit said, wait, what he say? Hold on, I just read it. He said, I seen videos of Tank beating the shit out of light heavyweights in sparring. Who?
Michael Spinks, because he was 72 years old. But
man, listen, if you a light heavyweight getting packed up by Tank, you need to go ahead. Get your CDL. Fuck out of here. If Tank get in there with you, knowing you at 175, that's how you know you ass, cuz.
Please don't bring up CDL again.
Somebody's at 175. Let him spar at 175. That's a somebody, and see how that shit work out for him.
Please don't bring up CDL again. That shit is PTSD, man. I miss your CDL. I miss my shit. I had Class A. Mazuma. I was out here balling. But that's the past. On to the present. Jake Paul is the next. So what, he gonna be the lightweight champion? That nigga gonna be the lightweight champion? Huh?
What'd you say?
So that nigga, so if Jake win, he gonna be the lightweight champion of the world. The super lightweight.
Hell no. Yo, Pop, you think Atlanta gonna say? I'm asking my father in the chat. Do you think the Atlanta gonna sanction this fight to count on the books? Because that's what I heard. That's what Jake Paul and them trying to do. They trying to make this fight like official, like counting like a real professional fight. I think it's gonna be too much of a difference in weight to sanction it. But what you think? You think if money right, they'll let that shit slide?
Great question, Mazuma. You right. We can't sanction it because of the weight. Fucking genius you are. You say Atlanta, we going to the south. We going to the backwoods trying to get sanctioned.
Vic Damani 87 said it's not sanctioned is what Ring said. Yeah, I understand that, but I heard behind the scenes, Jake Paul and his team are trying to get a sanction. So like that's in the works.
Let's do it. Who we got to pay off?
I think Mike Coppingers has said that.
Who do we have to pay off, Mazuma? We need to make this sanction because we about to beat this hell out this light-skinned boy. And you know they don't like black people.
You know
that shit.
Atlanta is as fraudulent as North Carolina. Yo, that's a fact, bro. They be letting any fights happen in Atlanta, bro. But anyways,
I went to high school. I went to high school in Atlanta, man.
He said it's North Carolina, but I don't see that being sanctioned anywhere. I don't see that being sanctioned anywhere neither. I don't think any commission would, try to take that responsibility, would want to be responsible for somebody getting hurt. Especially
that's what that's about.
I mean, yeah, like if an athletic commission, sanctions a fight, they pretty much taking responsibility for whatever happens in that fight.
Now listen, people. Listen what Mazuma said. So if it gets sanctioned, that means the fix is on and Tank is going to win. If it doesn't get sanctioned, Tank going to get knocked the F out. Your thoughts?
I mean, I don't know, bro.
Come on, man. I'm breaking it down, bro. Now you know he can't reach him. He too short to reach him. All you got to do is keep the jab out there. He a little dude, man. You got him. What he going to hit unless he can hit you in the nuts? Now, if nut shots count, yeah, he got you.
Sims Bando says Nashville sanctioned Charleston white fight, so they might sanction. That was an exhibition, brother. That wasn't like an official bout. That wasn't sanctioned by USA Boxing. That's exhibition, John. So Nashville didn't actually sanction anything. They probably just made the event happen over there. But that wasn't no true amateur fight. That wasn't a professional fight neither. That was merely an exhibition. So if it's
now you see how Mazuma
don't got to sanction anything.
Now Mazuma TV killed the lie as soon as it hit him, he killed it. Boom, 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 like he got guns, right? Vlad TV would have said, yeah, I have sources saying that the Charleston White was sanctioned. Yes, Mazuma knows what he talking about. He a trainer. Ain't nobody sanctioning no Charleston White fight. He ain't even got no eyes. Right. So listen to what you just said. That's real.
My pop said in order for it to be sanctioned, there has to be a weight class on paper. So what's the weight? Yeah.
There it is. He killed him. It's over. He killed him. Ain't no sanction. You and your pops got it right. Ain't no sanction. So do you agree with me if it's sanctioned is fixed?
Shit, I can't say that because Jake Paul be suing niggas for saying his fight's fixed.
But you right. But I'm saying, what are you saying about the responsibility of the sanction holder is the lawsuits? So we have to fix it to make sure that nobody gets hurt. That's what I'm saying.
If Atlanta actually sanctions it, man, that just means them niggas got a nice little check to let that shit slide. That's all.
Yeah, ain't nobody gonna get hurt. Yeah, we gonna fix it. We seen a fixed fight before, Canelo Alvarez, Kovalev. We seen a fixed fight before. Kovalev, Canelo Alvarez. Your thoughts?
You think so?
Ain't no thinking. You watch boxing just like me, player.
That shit was kind of weird.
Yeah. Let's get it started. Mazuma, tell them what you think about the Canelo Alvarez versus Kovalev.
My dad said that was fixed.
Ah!
Hey man,
Pops from Philly?
Kovalev.
Your pops from Philly
Yeah,
too?
yeah. Well, he from Brooklyn, but he been living in Philly.
Oh, hey, shout out to Pop Brooklyn. Hey, that's it. Biggie, I get it to her. Hey, but yeah, you see, he telling the truth. He telling the truth. You know it was fixed. We know how Kovalev fight. We know how you fight if it's fixed. Oh, you came out there all passive aggressive. Hey, how you doing, baby? Hey, I ain't seen you in a long time. That's how he fought. I got you some roses, smooches. You fighting a nigga like this? This is what he told him before they touched gloves. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Mazuma, I'm tired of this shit.
nah, Kovalev was acting like he was scared to hit Kovalev.
And we 1-for-1. So me and your pops got this. You was scared to talk on that one. But I'm gonna give you another fixed fight. and ask your pops this. Tupac Death, Bruce Seldon versus Iron Mike Tyson.
Man, I ain't speaking on none of that. They ain't boxing, bro.
You ain't see that?
Nah, I ain't speaking on that.
Oh, you don't like the fixed fight? I got you. Easy. But I think Tyson really lost. Again, he got a long count with Douglas, but he really lost. That wasn't fixed. My best friend always tell me that fight was fixed. I'm like, hell no. Nah. He think it was fixed. He think Don King put the money on Douglas for 30-1 odds. I'm like, no, he didn't. Your thoughts?
Hold on, I want to show this real quick.
Show it, brother.
I want to show this real quick, man. Shout out to Lamont Roach for creating the tweet of the day. I got to speak on this before I get up out of here. So there it is right here. So Lamont Roach comes out and said, "Told y'all," with the duck emojis. Ellie Seckbeck, the Grandmaster Dick Eater, comes through with the response, and he says, "Tank about to get paid. What are you doing next?" Lamont Roach responds beautifully with, "Fuck is you talking to me for, nigga? What are you doing next, Ellie? Zipping up his pants or getting off your knees?"
He dropped the mic. He dropped the mic on that one.
Stupid ass. Ellie Seckbeck tried to respond. He said, "No one duck you. Let's see if you could beat any top 10 fighter, 30 or 35, without getting gifts like you got with Hector Garcia." This nigga's a clown. Bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Beat any top 10 fighter at 30 or 35. Bro, he is a fucking top 10 fighter at 130. You fucking moron. And then at 135, if they would have ruled this shit how they were supposed to, he would have beat Gervonta Davis and became a top 10 fighter at 135. The fuck?
Yeah.
Like, bro, this guy's an idiot, bro.
Hey, let's go in on Tank because that's why
why the fuck we even let Ellie Seckbeck, little ugly ass, Mr. Bean face ass, why the fuck they let this nigga in the sport of boxing?
Let me elaborate, Mazuma. Let me elaborate on Ellie Seckbeck.
Ellie really do look like Mr. Bean though. He ugly as shit.
I used to be a big fan of Ellie Seckbeck, and then he turned racist as hell on me, right? That's why I don't mess with Tank. See, Setback ain't the problem. Tank the problem for letting Setback in the house. Don't let Setback in the house. Setback don't, man, he just pimping you, Tank. He don't really love you. He hate black people. Listen to his video. Listen what he just said about Lamont Roach. That's racist. You just pick one black guy that you cool with and act like, see, I'm cool with Tank, so I love black people. No, you hate black people. That's why you cool with Tank. Tank don't like black people. That's why he fighting Jake. He want Jake to get rich. He don't want Lamont to get no more money. You ain't, listen, blessed on your throat. You so blessed on your throat. Okay. Listen, sir. You've been giving this Jewish Ellie Seckbeck too much leeway to be, you know what I mean, in our culture. And I don't respect that, Tank Davis. You know what I mean? And then only reason you mess with brothers on the internet is if they kissing your ass. You know what I mean? But you want to let this Jew, man, like you said, you got it, man, that was a great reply. Mazuma, I like the reply. He couldn't have said it no better than anybody. Shout out to Lamont Roach. And Man, shout out to Lamont Roach, man. That was a great reply. He knocked him on his
shit down. And I'm so glad that Lamont Roach did all that shit that he did, you know, prior to Jake Paul and Tank happening, you know, going on streams talking about, you know, Tank ducking him and Tank don't want to fight him. And all. Bro, I'm glad he did all of that, bro, because that shit came to light and came out to be true.
I'm not fighting you. Hey, Mazuma, if I was Tank, I would do the same thing. I'm not fighting Lamont over no damn Jake Paul. Are you serious? Why? So I can lose? And then I lose my opportunity at Jake. Are you serious? You almost beat me the first time. Why would I fight you again, Mazuma? Are you serious? Are you on drugs?
Because that's what fighters do.
No, fighters fight for the money. Like Money Mayweather, the greatest to ever do it. He fight for the money.
Oh, yeah, let's talk about Floyd. How many controversial fights has Floyd had?
Yeah, he had a few.
What was the first one?
Oscar De La Hoya?
No.
No, you talking about Marquez.
No, that wasn't controversial.
He should have lost.
Jose Luis Castillo. He ain't no goddamn Marquez. That was easy work.
Yeah, you're right.
Castillo. Did he run it back with Jose Luis Castillo?
Indeed, he did.
Okay. How about the Maidana fight? Did he run it back with Maidana?
Indeed, he did.
All right, then. And those are both fights that was considered controversial in the first time they ran it back. And Floyd ran it back the same fucking year. So for real, we not even about to be acting like Tank anywhere near Floyd. Floyd, whenever he faced a little bit of, you know, controversy, he stepped up to the plate and silenced the doubters. Tank had the opportunity to silence doubters and run that shit back to prove he the best. He ain't show up. The nigga went and fought a YouTuber instead. They on different levels, bro.
Great point. You killed me with that. That's a killer. Philadelphia killer. Hey, you got me knockout. But I ain't gonna even rebut that. But I lost that one. On him fighting Lamont Roach, it's too risky. You know what I mean? I'm not finna lose, and then if I lose, I can't fight Jake. So, but you're saying
the thing though, Mastermind. Let's say that is the case. Let's say that is true. Then why did he go out of his way to say that he was going to fight Lamont Roach next anyway? He said it out his own mouth when he was facing all the criticism online after that controversial draw. He was talking about he was going to run that shit back with Lamont. And he set a date that they didn't even end up fighting on anyway. I think he said May or some shit. He ran into his legal troubles or whatever. And according to people's sources, he had an inside source that said that Tank was going to rematch Lamont next. Oh, my God. He was going to rematch Lamont and all this bullshit. And come to find out, his true plans all along was to fight Jake Paul in the first place. He said at the press conference, he was like, yeah, I want to fight Lamont Roach next, but that it's not next. Like, that's not who I'm fighting next. You know, the guy I was supposed to fight was in my locker room, blah, blah. All the fingers pointed towards Jake Paul, and nobody wanted to believe that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Now, come to find out, he is going to be fighting Lamont. I mean, he's going to be fighting Jake Paul next and not Lamont. And now everybody trying to justify it by talking about how much money he going to make. Bro, if it's all about the money, then why did he go out of his way to say that he was going to rematch Lamont in the first place? Just say, you know what I mean? Just say what the fuck it is.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating. But, okay, if I'm Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas went to a draw, right? You know Holyfield was next up. Do you think it would be better for Tyson to fight Douglas in a rematch if it was a rule to draw? Or do you think it would be better to go on and fight Holyfield?
Huh?
Okay, remember Douglas beat Tyson and Holyfield was scheduled next in the summer?
Yeah.
So do you think if Douglas and Tyson fought to a draw, do you think it would be better for Tyson to fight Douglas to clear up that draw, or just go on schedule and fight Holyfield in the summer?
See, that's a different situation, and I'm going to tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because as far as I'm concerned, Mike Tyson didn't say that he was going to retire at the end of that year and then, avoid a rematch and go ahead and cash out, with a fighter who is nowhere near his weight class. It's a totally different situation.
All right, it is.
Tank been going around saying that everybody that could hear that he gonna retire at the end of 2025, right? Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say Tank never said that he was gonna retire, and he pretty much had his eyes set on like these big fights, but he's gonna take this exhibition fight in the process because it was a quick money grab. You wouldn't really hear much criticism out of me. What bothers me is he plans on retiring at the end of this year. By the time he fight, that's gonna be what, the 11th month out of the fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
So is this how you be closing out your career when you got all these other big fights that you can make, like a Lamont Roach rematch, like a Shakur Stevenson fight, like a Devin Haney fight, like a Teofimo fight? You about to leave all those big meaningful fights on the table to go fight with Jake Paul and then ride off into the sunset and leave fans speculate, like fantasizing about who would beat who and all this bullshit, bro. That's why people pissed off. Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson. Let's say Mike Tyson was like, all right, I'm gonna put this fight to the side right now. I'm gonna go take this fight with Holyfield. After I beat Holyfield or whatever the case is, we could revisit the Buster Douglas fight. I wouldn't trip. But the fact that Gervonta Davis is pretty much alluding to the fact that he gonna end his career with this fight right here when he has so many meaningful fights that he could have made prior to that, it's frustrating.
But and another thing, I want you to go with momentum, right? We got 30 plus fights, right? Or 30, whatever. So he has a draw his last fight. So naturally, I think Tyson would have lost to Holyfield. You had a tough fight against Douglas, a draw, and then you fight the number one guy that the people weren't wanting you to fight, Holyfield. So I think Tyson would have lost with the momentum, just like Tank about to lose to Jake with the momentum. You just had a draw, a tough fight with Lamont, a guy 60 pounds lower. So now you're going to lose because you're fighting a bigger guy. You're having a tougher opponent next. Just like Tyson, that's the trend. I'm saying you fighting a harder guy next. You fighting Jake Paul. He's tougher than Lamont. I mean, not tougher. He's bigger. It's going to be hard to beat. It's harder to beat.
Lamont was going around. Lamont Roach went on Andre Ward interview and said that Tank was too small. So imagine what the fuck Jake Paul gonna say.
So your heart sound like you feel like me, like Jake gonna win. That's what it sounds like, your heart, but you don't want to say it.
I'm gonna say that Tank got a lot going against him in this fight. That's what I'm gonna say.
If he wins this, that's impressive. I mean, if it's legit, I'm like you said, I don't know, man. If it's a legit sanction, well, not sanction. If it's a legit fight, it's an easy fight for Jake. He could just be smooth and cautious and win. I think he could be cautious and win against a midget because he can't reach him in the chin. How can he even reach him? You have to lower yourself for him to punch you, right?
Well, to be fair, I know they're not the same fighter and they got different things going on, but Mario Barrios and Jake Paul not that much different in height.
Okay.
I don't think the height gonna be the problem. I think it's the weight that's gonna be the problem.
Oh, he fought guys that tall before. You seen it?
Well, Mario Barrios like 6 foot. They said
damn.
And Jake Paul like 6'1", so he's not too far off.
Oh, that's good. That's good knowledge to know. Thank you for that. 6 foot. Damn.
Yeah, Mario Barrios ain't short at all. He a tall dude.
Oh, so he got experience against. Okay, I'm thinking he ain't got experience against this kind of height. So he can reach that 10.
My pop said I think Tank pulls out of this fight. Damn.
Oh my God. What a prediction.
That would be crazy. I ain't gonna lie. He pull out, bro, he gonna get fried even more.
Yeah, you gotta pull out now because your pop said he knowing what your pop's hearing what we saying. You can't win, Rock. He hearing this shit.
Oh man.
That's fucked up, man.
Man, listen, I'm tired of shit, so I'm gonna call it wraps for the live. You got any last things you want to say to the people?
Hey, God bless everybody, you, your family, everybody, family in the chat. Hey, we gonna keep getting this bread. And I say put the money on Jake, but Pops killed it at the end. Your Pops put the party out. Like, yeah, they gonna hype that party up, but then they gonna no party. Much love to the pro platform.
I appreciate you, man. Smile. Thank you for coming by. Shout out to the nation in the mod, man. We had a great live. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody that's in the building. If y'all could go ahead and hit the like button on the way out, that'd be very much appreciated. We on the road to 4K? We're on the road to 4K. We're looking to hit 4K by the end of the year. And that would not be possible without y'all. You feel what I mean? So like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. If y'all new to the platform, I'll be back at y'all with another live to continue talking about and pushing the boxing culture forward. Until then, I hope y'all have a blessed, beautiful one. I'm up out of here, man. Peace.